tried to adjust, but Denver took advantage. Now, though, of course, they've had time to put in a game plan without AD, and they are 4-1 in the games that AD doesn't start. So that's where we went with Frank Vogel. What is he looking to do from that context heading into this one in Minnesota?
Well, it's more opportunities for everyone else. And, we've seen a lot of situations where the opposing team had key guys out, that other guys got opportunities, whether it's more shots, more minutes, more responsibility. And they embrace that and they step up. And, that's going to be our mindset with this group. Our whole team has to step up. No one person's going to make up for what we missed with Anthony and be a team approach.
Are there certain guys within that context that you're looking for to do a little more just with the basketball, Frank, and how much the offense might run through, whether it's a Schroeder or a Kuz?
Not any one guy in my mind. It's we're going to look to play through Mark a little more at the top. Obviously, Ron's going to get more usage, but we don't want to overdo that. We have Trez in the post and rolling the basket. All our perimeter guys can get more involved in movement, shooting. But again, it's going to be a team approach.
And so the Wolves are 3-4 with Towns. Now, of course, they don't have Russell tonight, but just wondered what you've seen difference-wise on tape, Frank, from Minnesota with Towns versus when you played him, for example, and you didn't play.
Yeah, well, he's an all-star center, so they're dramatically different with him in the lineup. I feel like this is a 500 basketball team with him out there. So we can't pay attention to the record and the guys that they have out or what they've done to this point. We know we have to play great basketball again to beat them.
Frank, is there any thought that AD's situation could have been affected by the 71-day offseason that you guys had? And if so, what's the emotions that go with that?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had those talks with the medical team, but certainly that's in the back of our minds, that, with the short turnaround, these are the things that you worry about. But again, hopefully it's not serious. And, it's really one of those things that's out of our control. So, me personally, I don't spend too much time thinking about it.
There's Frank Vogel, and by the way, Kuz will start for AD. Now, I was just looking quickly at the state of Arkansas. Fish edged out Bill Clinton for most famous person from Arkansas of all time, so shout out to you, Fish.
I don't know about that.
Congratulations. And James is the most famous from Gastonia, North Carolina.
Yeah, him and Jordan 1 and 2 in Carolina.
And Mountain Gate. All right, good stuff. We appreciate you.
You notice how Gator specifically said Gastonia.
Yeah, I didn't say all of North Carolina. I didn't say all of North Carolina.
Sleepy Floyd might have something to say about that.
Couple Tar Heels.
All right, Laker fans, we want to see your team spirit. Show us some. Glad you caught that, Big Game.
Yeah, I don't miss nothing
Cheering on the
from you,
purple
bro.
and gold this season with a photo or video for the chance to be our Modelo USA fan of the game. Be sure to include your first name and your city. Lakers and T-Wolves are coming up at 5 here on Spectrum Sportsnet. Alex Caruso scored a season-high 11 points in Sunday's loss to Denver. He also posted his season worst in plus-minus category, a minus 19. It definitely wasn't the Lakers' night on Sunday. Coming up on Access, the Lakers look to be without AD for quite some time. Up next, Brez on the tough road ahead for the Lake Show.
Guards and shooting guards who can get into the lane. Obviously the Nets, Kyrie and James Harden, Washington right there, Westbrook, and of course Bradley Beal, Utah, Donovan Mitchell. You can go on and on and on. Portland, Dame Lillard, the Suns, Director Bergen's team. You got Devin Booker and Chris Paul. And finally the Kings, De'Aaron Fox. And don't let me forget about Steph Curry with the Warriors. So the Lakers really have to play some good defense, especially stop letting those guys get into the paint.
Well done on all of those names. I read them with you as you were saying them. Moving on to the Lakers backcourt, one guy in particular, the struggles of KCP. What are the numbers, Brez?
Yeah, it's been rough for him, no doubt about it. Remember that game almost 4 weeks ago against Milwaukee? He was 7 of 10 from three-point range. I don't want to say that was a career night for him, but he has definitely tailed off a little bit since then. You see the numbers right there, 25% from three-point range over the last 12. And I'm not, obviously you want to hit more than 25%. That's only part of the issue, though. The other issue is he's only taking about 3-point shots per game. If you go back to the playoffs last year, he was taking about 6 threes per game, shooting almost 40%. So not only is he missing the threes, but he's just not putting them up. He's going to have to figure out a way to get himself out of that slump. You see the first 12 games of the season, 57%. We probably knew that might have been a little high for KCP based on his career work, but 25% that is definitely what I call a little low over the last 12 games. He's got to be one of those guys to pick it up for however long AD is out.
Which leads us into your final point. Without AD, who is that guy you want to see step up? Though we know it will be a collective effort. You have one guy in mind.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talk about Kyle Kuzma on the show. Definitely got to think about him. He will presumably join the starting lineup. But I'm going to go with a guy like Markieff Morris. I mean, he definitely needs to be the guy to get out there and really hustle down low. He's got to be the guy to, let's not forget, he was very valuable in the playoffs last season, averaging, 16 points in a couple of those games against Houston in the West semifinals. Don't forget, he scored 19 against Miami in one of the finals games. So he can do it. Unfortunately, we haven't seen a lot of that this year. He's only hit double figures twice in 22 games. So Kyle Kuzma presumably joins that starting lineup. Markieff has to be the guy to kind of take Kuz's minutes off the bench.
And though he handled his role and responsibility very well with those 4 straight DNPs, yep, Keith does want to be playing. He made that very clear. Brett, since you are in studio tonight, just an observation I'd let you in on. You and Geet, you're kind of channeling one another for style. You're twinning. I love it.
We both got the pink ties on. Mine's Ted Baker. Geet, what's yours? Do we know?
What's your tie, Geet? Oh. What's your tie?
He looks so sad.
Hugo Boss, Press.
Hugo Boss.
Okay. No problems there. We're good. Different ties.
I love it.
It's settled.
I love it.
You look great, as always.
Style points for you.
You're a handsome man.
Straight ahead on Access. LeBron James is 36 years young and not slowing down. Up next, we'll show you where odds makers have him in the MVP race. Access Sportsnet Lakers is brought to you in part by Morongo Casino Resort.
Things that no other 36-year-old should be able to do, and Bovada agrees. He's the heavy favorite to win MVP this year. Look at it right here, 120 plus 120. That means $120 to win 100. Jokic, 400. Embiid plus 500. I like the Durant odds. $100 to win 1,100 plus 1,100. Kevin Durant, but LeBron James, the clear-cut favorite. Where we stand today, 20 games in, and just off that dunk you saw right there, James, you might as well put him as a leader in the clubhouse, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's worked hard for it, to be in that running. Obviously, we got some time to go, but for what he's done, this year and over his career, he definitely wants it. He felt like last year he got overlooked a little bit. Felt like he, wasn't respected as much as he should. He's had some issues with voting in the past. But he continues to go out and perform, and always right there, trying to win it again.
I like the way you put it the other day, Fish. We get fatigue, greatness fatigue. Do you think they're through that with LeBron and now are coming to the appreciation stage and like the story? I'm talking about the voters, of course.
I mean, I would hope so. I would hope that, we are getting beyond, judging someone's, greatness because they're great, right? Like that he really has shown a consistency in his performance. And honestly, leading his team to another championship. I think that, for people that were still questioning LeBron and what he could and couldn't do, I think winning the championship in 2020 got a lot of people back on that side of like, no, this young man is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, to ever play. And there's still some energy around that's factoring into this MVP race.
When you're 18 years in and you're 36 years old, there's just going to be some nights where you just don't have the legs, right? You got to play a little different style. The first thing to always go on an athlete is kind of that pop, your hops. But LeBron still can throw some dunks down when he's feeling pretty good. Let's go through a few of them, guys. We saw the dunk against the Nuggets, but remember this one from opening night, big game, in transition. LeBron takes off for the hammer. Paul George thought about contesting and then made a business decision and said, you know what, I'm not going to do that.
Well, when LeBron gets a full steam ahead, you question whether you want to get in front of it. I don't think I've seen too many people take a charge from LeBron because it's painful. But once he gets the momentum going, and he still has hops, Gator, he works out, keeps everything strong.
PG didn't really want that, right?
No, he wanted it.
That little half, little.
He didn't want that.
All right, Fish. Next one is Lakers with some good ball movement. And it's Kuz. The miss, and it's the king out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's
follow-up dunk.
That's when you know the legs are feeling good for an 18-year vet. When you crash from the top of the key and tip dunk that thing, that means your legs feeling real good.
Check out, let's see it one more time.
He had to go out and get that one too, Gator.
Check out this one, big game. LeBron gets the steal, and then he goes a little hesitation move, blowing by the defense for a little Statue of Liberty-esque jam.
I think the artist Joe made the stutter right there, that stutter move on him right there. Kind of took him right there, that little stutter move, Gator.
A little look up.
Yeah, man.
There's so much greatness to that. And then can't get enough of this gorgeous dunk against Grizz. Great chemistry here on the back cut between Marc Gasol and LeBron.
Yeah, hammer time. That's big time right there.
That's an absolute throwdown. When you can cock it back, kind of chill.
Watch Grayson Allen. I think that's Grayson Allen under there. Watch the way he's got to say, what happened?
Couldn't happen to a better Dookie, huh? Big game.
No, exactly. He just looked up like, what, that happened quick. Watch it. Whoa.
Tip-off in the Twin Cities is about a half hour away. #1 overall pick, Anthony Edwards, has had